Okay, in this video, we're going to show you how to track your results inside your Google ad campaigns like a ninja, hour by hour, not having to wait 48 hours to see the results. I'm going to show you how we do that right now. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to jump over to my computer and show you several things. One, a piece of code we attach to every ad we use so that we can easily capture the data. I'm going to show you how we're capturing it. May not be exactly the same for you, but you'll be able to figure out how you can do it with whatever campaigns you're running, whatever type of sales, leads, whatever you're doing. And also I'm going to show you the back end of a little system we built custom that allows us to track things at scale. So let's hop over to my computer. I'm going to show that to you right now. So over here, this is a Google ad. This is a responsive YouTube ad. And what I'm going to show you right here is the little piece of code. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this. This is the code that we put in our final URL. So for those of you that are familiar with urchin tracking metrics or UTM, source, medium, content, all this stuff, these are tracking metrics that a lot of us I guess use from different perspectives, be it content marketing or definitely with SEO when I was into SEO. But these are universal tracking metrics you can use. Google Analytics uses them, but I use them here. You can see UTM source equals campaign ID in squiggly brackets. That is a default value from inside your Google Ads account, and it will affix the campaign ID to this ad. UTM medium, ad group ID. It will dynamically, which means auto input the ad group ID for this particular ad group into this URL. And then creative is, of course, the ad ID, right? And then device, I like to track if it was mobile, tablet, desktop, right? So why do I do this? Well, you see, when you go into analyze your results inside your Google ad account, what happens is it doesn't show you what converted, it just shows you how much you spent. And that's usually an hour or two lag, but you can't see where the conversions came from, the devices, that type of thing. So by capturing this information, if I'm seeming like I'm having a crappy day in a campaign, well, now I can know, oh, look, this ad's getting all the spend, but it's not producing any results. So what does that look like in the back end? Well, hopping in, this is Unbounce. This is one of our landing pages. Again, I will zoom in on this a little bit here. You can see UTM source, UTM medium, UTM content, just like I showed you over here in the URL suffix that we add. So inside Unbounce, we have hidden fields on our form. We do this with LeadsHook, which is another tool we use for quizzes. And what we basically do is we pull in those values out of the URL dynamically, so as they come over, and we store them with each lead. So I can run reports now in our systems on the back end for how many leads did this campaign ID get, or this ad group ID, or this or this ad ID. So campaign, ad group, ad ID, right? We also capture what's called the Google Click ID or the WBraid values. You don't necessarily have to do that. That's a whole other topic for another video about uploading offline conversions, but we do that, right? Because we want to see if you have a G-CLID or a Google Click ID, generally that means you're not an iOS device. And if you have a WBraid, then you usually are an iOS device. So I just like to take that into consideration. So that's where we store this data. So on a small scale, if you're a local business, a local marketer, right, that's running, $300, $500 campaigns, 1-2 campaigns, you're generating 4, 5, 10 leads a day, you can eyeball this stuff, right? We can't eyeball it with the volume we're doing in the hundreds of leads a day. So what we end up doing is we store it in a back-end system, which we use called LeadBite. It's a product out of the UK. Great lead management system. Not sponsoring this video or anything, but if you're looking for a lead management app, if you're selling leads, check out LeadBite. It's great. And what we've been able to do is create this system where we can stitch the data together. We export all those UTM values. We're able to export data for the campaigns and ad groups and ads from inside Google Ads with their reports tool. We can stitch them together into this thing we get, which I'll show you right here, right? Which is this. Right? So this is our macro campaign tool, we call it, right? You can see here, this is for one of our life insurance accounts. You can see channel leads. This is how many leads Google says we've had today, right? 3.51 versus 13, which is the actual campaign, right? So if we go by the CPL, the cost per lead, just based on the leads that are in the account, we can't make any decisions today, right? But we can when we look at 13, right? Or this one, this wouldn't look as good, this campaign. It says we have 4.5 leads, but we actually have 19, so our cost per lead is super great. This goes right down through ad group and even into the actual ads, right? Which is super for us because then we can make decisions day by day. Now, a quick point about this, because a lot of people will say, well, no, you just got to leave it because Google wants you to optimize for 14 days or 7 days. And yes, that's what they say. And if you're not a performance marketer, maybe you want to do that, right? Maybe if you don't get paid based on what you do today. I've never seen anything get better in my career of being a media buyer 10 days later than it was in the first day or two. Never. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Maybe it's the audience, maybe it's the ad, maybe it's the bid, maybe it's the land or whatever, but it doesn't work. So this tool is important to us, right? We use this with all our accounts. I'm not saying you need this, but I just want to show you how you can kind of do this at scale. How did we do this? We hired someone on Upwork to create this tool where we copy and paste in data and it stitches together with code that I don't know or understand. So let's hop back over to the screen just here. So takeaway from this is you are still able to capture data so you can see what ads are getting you results, what ads are getting you leads, what ads have, low CPAs, high CPAs, right? You can pause things. Sometimes things have a bad day, right? Sometimes ads have a bad day. A campaign has a bad day. It doesn't mean you have to cancel the whole thing, but you may want to pause it and then set a rule inside whatever traffic medium you're running to turn that ad back on tomorrow and give it a try. Like for instance, yesterday we had one of our accounts that did the craps, right? Now today it's picked back up, it's doing much better. Tuesdays are generally a poor day for that account. So it doesn't mean you should just disregard everything and shut it off, right? But you need to be tracking. So what can you do with what you see here? Well, you can look at what landing page builder or affiliate, if you've got someone who's using Everflow or some other type of affiliate software, that if you're an affiliate, look if you can pass over unique tracking IDs, right? And maybe they're not UTM sources. Maybe you need to call them like sub ID1, sub ID2, whatever, but you can use that same sort of URL that I showed you in there to do that, and I'll put that in the description so you can copy and paste that code. The other thing you can do is if you are generating leads for your own business or a client's business, or if you're a lead generator like myself, then just you can adjust your quiz pages, your forms, whatever, to have hidden submission form fields so you can capture that data out of the URL, and then you can make sure you've got it in your back end. The key is just to take some action so you're tracking it, because knowledge is power. There's nothing worse than setting off a campaign and then seeing it doesn't work, but then not realizing, if I only knew that, well, then I'd know why it didn't work. So make sure you're capturing the right data on the front end, and this is how to track your Google ad campaigns like a ninja. Just jump on it. Make some changes. At the very least, start tracking if you've got multiple ads in a campaign. Start tracking what ads are getting the conversions. And don't just rely on Google taking 48 hours to show up for you, because maybe you'll spend a few $100 or worse, thousands of dollars or pounds, wherever you're at, that you don't need to generate poor results from one of your particular ads. So as always, please like this video so more people get a chance to see it. Subscribe to my channel so you'll get all of my future marketing how-tos and information, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.